Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Rogers from Clarity Media. We're hoping quick start a journey as a software graphic designer, web designer, or UX designer. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through how you can download free illustrations that you can use in your next graphic design project. These illustrations can be editable or non-editable, depending on the website from which they are gotten. So you can either change the colors, the positions, or even the outlines of these specific illustrations. So guys, this is a continuation to my previous video where I was showing you how to get free photos from various websites. So I didn't actually get to show you how you can use the different photos that you can actually that you've downloaded from those specific websites. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can use the photos that you would have maybe downloaded from the specific websites I actually took you through. By the way, if you didn't actually watch that video where I was showing you how you can get free photos, you can check for the link to that video in the description below. You will get the link, and I'll be showing you in that video how you'll be getting free photos that you can use in your next graphic design project or any other project. So feel free to actually check out that video so that you can come back and walk along with us as I'm going to be taking you through how you can get such free illustrations together with these vector graphics and icons such as these ones down here. And then I'll also be showing you how you can get free fonts that you can use in your next graphic design. So I'm going to be taking you through how we can come up with this specific piece of infographic piece that is made up of free illustrations together with icons and fonts. So guys, stick around until the end of this video series where I'll be showing you step by step in Illustrator how you can actually come up with this specific infographic. So guys, let's jump right in. So the first thing we shall be doing is you're going to have to launch Adobe Illustrator. Maybe just to remind you, this right here is the infographic I actually made for a company called UX Chefs. So UX Chefs is a company that I've come up with here in Kampala, Uganda. It's a user experience design agency dealing with designing websites, coming up with good user experiences on the web together on mobile devices. So if at all this infographic is actually a sort of like a piece of value proposition that I've actually come up with that explains the different values that provided under this specific agency. So I tasked myself to come up with this sort of like infographic that explains the different values that UX Chefs can give to its specific clients. So these are the steps that we take here at UX Chefs to come up with any specific given web design or maybe any sort of like request from a client that has got to do with improving the user experience of a specific given digital platform. So this infographic actually explains the different values that are actually offered by this UI UX agency called UX Chefs. So this is like the raw file, and as you can see, I created this using Adobe Illustrator 2022. So make sure that you launch Adobe Illustrator and have it ready, because we're going to have to edit most of these specific given illustrations in order to come up with something that actually relates to what we want. And as you can see in the background, just because it's locked, the background has got an image of which its opacity is actually at 16% because I wanted it to accompany these other elements like the text, these lines together with these illustrations. So guys, stick around until the end of this video series because it's going to be interesting, and I'm going to be taking you through step by step how can you come up with such an infographic from scratch using free elements from the web. Because sometimes we are low on budget and we want to use some free things. So if at all you're starting out, you don't have money, and you want to actually get free resources for your next infographic sort of like project or any graphic design project, please stick around until the end. So guys, the other thing we should do is to launch your favorite sort of like web browser. So launch your favorite web browser. Right here I do have Google Chrome because it's what I usually use, but any web browser can actually access these specific websites I'm going to be taking you through. So don't worry, I'm going to be giving you the links to these specific websites together with the keywords I actually used to come up with this specific interesting infographic. So guys, no matter the level you are at, don't worry, I'm going to be taking you through step by step. How can you use most of these tools in this program so that you can come up with such an interesting infographic? I actually made a video that actually takes you through most of the tools that you can use in Adobe Illustrator to come up with any piece of graphic. If you didn't watch that video, please check for the link to that video in the description so that you can start learning the basic ways together, the basic tools to create your infographics. So guys, without wasting any time, I want us to go through the first website. So guys, the first website I'm going to take you through is called Freepik. Copy the link from the description and then just come right here in your Chrome or your favorite web browser and paste it right there, and then click or press enter. So guys, once you are here on this website, remember that you can actually log in or you can create an account, but nonetheless you can actually get free vectors together with other resources like images, etc from this website. As you can see right here, as you search through, you can actually pick a category that you can use to search through the different elements on this specific website. Now, just to remind you, you have to make sure that you take care. If at all you don't have an account with this specific sort of like agency, then you're going to be limited by the number of images you can actually get from this specific website. Now, if at all you would want to actually know how many images you can actually get from this specific website, you can actually get 3 images every day from this specific website without even having an account with them. So guys, keep it at the back of your mind that you have 3 images or 3 illustrations or any sort of like assets listed down here from this website on a daily basis. So if you have a project, you can get free elements from this website. Now, first, we are only interested in the vectors or the illustrations. Now, from here, we are going to actually get our first illustration, which is going to be this one right here. But before we actually get it, I would want us to maybe create a new file so that we can actually, get our illustrations from this website, the raw illustrations, and then we open them up in this program, and then we pick out the different pieces that will make sense to us given this specific project, and then we shall just copy paste them into our new project that we would have created. So guys, let's first create a new project in Adobe Illustrator. I don't know if you remember the steps, but it's quite easy. Just come right here if at all you're using a Mac, and then press on this, click on this file actually you can hover over this sort of like main menu that is above the program itself. Then look for this file option. Then once you hover over it, you'll get this sort of a drop down with these items. Then you can look for new. It will be the first option on this specific drop down. Then click on new, and then you'll have this sort of like model, which shows you the different ways you can actually come up with a new file or new project. Now for us, we are going to actually create a custom made sort of like project or canvas. And I'm actually going to use pixels as the units. Now I've actually also provided the units which I'll be using in the description of this specific video. So guys, please check out the description to get the specific units for the width together with the height of our project. Now the width is going to be 1920 pixels, and the height is actually going to be 1080 pixels. So I'll also paste that right here, and then we're going to name this project I think UX Chefs maybe value prop, because it's a value proposition. So then after you've actually filled in all these preset details, just click create, and then you shall have a brand new canvas. Now we're going to be opening up our raw files from websites like Freepik together with the other websites I'm going to be showing you as we shall be moving on. We picked the raw file, we picked the raw AI or the raw Illustrator file, or maybe an SVG, because an SVG is also a file format for any given illustration. So guys, after that, come back right here in your sort of like your browser, then paste our sort of like keyword that is going to give us this specific sort of like image right here. This first image, this one right here that has this purple sort of like background, and then these other purple elements. I got that right here from Freepik, and then I sort of like edited it as I'll be showing you, then only left out these elements that to me would make sense to represent this test value for the organization. So just come back right here in your Chrome, and then paste our keyword, which is a website test. Now the website test is going to give us sort of like the illustrations that actually fall under this specific sort of like keyword or category. Now after you've pasted the keyword I've given you in the description from the description below, just click enter, and then let the search engine do its thing. Now you let the agency do its thing. Now scroll down here, and you will find sort of like this site design sort of like illustration. Now guys, once you click on it, you will find out that you will be brought to this other model that actually gives you this overview or a clear sort of like outline of this specific illustration. What you can do is after you've pasted the keyword I've given you from the description below, just click enter or press enter, and then you will be brought to this website with all these illustrations. Now just scroll down right here, and then you will find the specific illustration. You can actually use any other illustration that you think actually makes sense to you. For example, you can actually decide to use these. You can also get this for free. You can also decide to use these as long as it doesn't have this sort of like golden crown, which means that it's premium or it's paid for. Then you can use any that doesn't have that symbol. You can also use this one. Now guys, I finally settled for this right here. That's why I've even given you the specific keyword to use right here to search for this specific illustration, because I would want us to eventually make something that makes sense in terms of coming up with a specific illustration. So don't forget it. Keep it at the back of your mind that you have to first of all come up with these keywords that will give you the proper illustrations that you want that can actually match what you're doing. So before you actually create a project, make sure you have the keywords that you can use to match, that specific sort of like illustrations in the database of these specific agents, so that you can retrieve them. Because if at all you use a wrong keyword, then you won't get the results, or maybe you will take long before you actually hit the right sort of like keyword to give you the right results. So it actually took me time to actually come up with this specific keyword. I actually first tried out a couple of them before I actually settled down to this. So I've given you this because I don't want us to actually waste quite a lot of time on that specific topic of searching through the given illustrations that will make sense to us. But regardless, you can also check out more illustrations using this button. But for us, let's set off with this. Now, once you click on it, just like I've done, once you click on it like that, you will be brought to this model that will give you, a sort of like a clear view of this illustration, so that you can, eventually inspect it and, understand the different elements that you'll be editing eventually. Now, once you settle down to a specific illustration, as you can see, there's this download button right here. Just click on it, and then you'll be given another button that shows free download, but with this other sort of like icon that gives you the different formats that you can download from this specific website. So I think you can see Freepik gives you this sort of like diversity in terms of options that show you, what can you take away from this specific image or sort of like illustration. You can actually download it as an EPS file. This is also editable, so do not worry, you can actually edit this specific file format in Illustrator. This right here, a JPEG, this is just an image, so we are not interested in the image because, as you can see right here in our example, we only took parts of this specific image. So we'll have to remove this lady together with this gentleman. So guys, once you actually click on this, it will give you the options, and then click on EPS because it's the option that we are going to use. So guys, I think you can see, if I told you taking away free content, just like I told you in my previous video for downloading free photos, you have to attribute to these specific creators. How you can attribute is through copying the link, and then we can paste the link maybe next to this specific work that we shall do to show that that most of the elements used right here are not actually ours. So guys, moving on, I think you can see we actually got the file right here. We've just gotten it. Make sure that you look for where your downloads are kept in your web browser. So my download is right here, and I'm going to be opening it up in my specific folder. I'm going to be showing you that right now. So once you check in your downloads, just check in your downloads, you make sure that you see that specific file. Now for me, that file is right here. Just give me a minute. My file is right here. I think you can see it's right here. So just check under your downloads and you will see the specific file that has been downloaded. So guys, I think you can see it actually has the same name as this download that I've just downloaded 2 minutes ago. And what actually shows that I've actually downloaded this is this right here that shows that I have to attribute to this specific creator. Now guys, moving back, open up where you've actually saved your file, and then right click it, and then open it up in Adobe Illustrator. Now Adobe Illustrator will give you this sort of like warning, but just click yes. It just shows you that it's going to sort of like realign your symbols in this specific illustration to make sure that it matches, what is required to display it. Just click yes, and then it will open up right here. Now, guys, this is editable. As you can see, the layers are right here. All these layers correspond to this specific illustration. Now, in order to actually ungroup this group, just hold down your shift key and command on a Mac and then D to ungroup. As you can see on a Windows machine, I think it should be Shift Control D, and then you'll be able to ungroup this specific group. So guys, moving on, I think you can see we've actually gotten groups, several groups of these specific items. Now I'm going to actually delete most of these items. For example, this right here, we don't need it. We also don't need this man together with this woman. And let me actually just bring this in the middle of these other two files. Now, I think the only thing that I left out was the background. I think I also got rid of this right here together with this and this. Now, I think you can see I'm now editing this illustration so that I can use it in this specific project. Now, guys, I think the other thing I actually got rid of were these circles, which I had to first of all ungroup and then delete. Now, the other thing I think I removed was what is it? This right here I left together with this. I think the other thing I actually removed was this circle together with this background. Then what I did was Command A or Control A on a Windows machine, and I actually got everything right here, and I did Command C, which is Control C on a Windows, to copy, and then I actually came back right here and pasted it in my project. Now that's what I did, and that's what I'm actually taking you through. So guys, I think you can see we've pasted our illustration right here from this file. Now this is a file I actually downloaded from the internet. Now I've actually edited it by removing most of the elements, and then I've actually pasted it right here. Now I'm going to actually resize it a bit, and then I will place it a bit right there. So guys, I think you can see we've actually started designing our sort of like infographic, and trying to actually match it with this specific infographic. Now guys, one thing we should know is that I actually added another illustration, which you can see right here, and how I actually added that is I used another website to get this other illustration. Now you can combine illustrations from different websites to come up with compositions. So this to me is a very simple composition of maybe this lady trying to test out this specific website or digital platform. So guys, that actually brings us to our next sort of like website. That website is actually called Blush. Now, Blush, they also say that you can tell your story with illustrations. I've actually used Blush to get a couple of illustrations that I've used here and there, especially human-related illustrations. Now, guys, what you're going to do is, first of all, come back right here in your browser and then open up a new tab, and you're going to copy the link to Blush from the description below. Copy the link and then paste it right here, and click or press your enter button in order to visit this specific website. Now, once you land on this website, you also get to know that they do have a free plan. You can actually try this tool out for free. You can get illustrations for free from this website. and you can actually go ahead and customize them a little bit on the website itself. Now I think you can see Blush is actually different from Freepik because you can edit these illustrations online using their website, as I'm actually going to show you. You can also create an account, just as you can see. For me, I'm actually logged in. I've actually created an account with them so that I can be able to use these specific illustrations for free. Now, what I did after creating an account is I searched around for some illustrations that actually match this specific project we are actually redoing or replicating, in order to see how we can edit and reuse these illustrations we are going to download from these various websites. Now, what I did is I actually searched around using different keywords until I settled down to this one called web design test. Now, copy this specific keyword from the description of this video and then paste it in a new tab and then press enter. Now, once you press enter, you will be brought to this specific website that shows you the different results from this specific keyword. Now, I actually got interested with this specific illustration right here, but that was actually after going through different illustrations. You can actually use any of these illustrations for as long as there isn't this pro tag on these illustrations. So guys, once you get the specific illustration you're interested in, for as long as it doesn't have this specific badge, then just click on it, then it will be loaded right here so that you can have a clear view of it. Then what you can actually do in order to edit it is to actually click on this edit button right here, and then we can actually edit the elements in this specific illustration. So guys, as you can see right here, you can either edit the scene by placing different images, just as you can see. Once you click on these interfaces that actually represent that specific scene, it will actually be changing in order to get to what you really want, depending on the specific project that you're actually dealing with. So guys, don't forget, you can also change how this individual looks like by giving them different body parts. For example, the legs, you can change them together with the trouser or the pants they're putting on. You can go ahead and actually edit other body parts, for example, the torso and what they're holding, the hair, together with other body parts like the face, the facial hair, and you can also add other accessories to this specific illustration. So it gets interesting with time, and you should actually edit or customize these specific illustrations. You can also use filters, but the filters are only for the premium account holders. So you can only edit how this individual looks like. So guys, once you're done, you can actually click on this download button. But we actually do not need this individual like this, because as you can see in our example, the individuals stay the way they are, apart from maybe that they are sort of like color. So in order to actually undo all of that, I can actually just refresh my specific sort of like browser, of which if at all it doesn't, then I have to actually go back as many times as I can. But I won't actually do that. I think I can go back. You can use this back button until you actually get back to your original sort of like illustration. So guys, what I actually did right here is I actually only changed the color, and you can do that using this specific area right here. Now have this individual selected just like I have done right here, and then you will see these colors option on the left of the page, and then I'm actually going to choose the skin color, and then I'll make it a little bit lighter using these sort of like color selectors or color fillers. So these guys actually built something that is like Photoshop, so you can actually change the colors and the structures of these specific illustrations online without taking the illustration out of the program. I think to me that's really great and interesting, and it can actually help us as designers to design faster and better. So guys, once you're actually comfortable with the individual, just click on this download button, and then you shall get the small PNG, because it's what they can offer for free. These other options are actually paid for, so please don't tamper with them. Just click on this free PNG and then to start downloading, and it will get done because it's a very small file. As you can see, it's just 43.6 KBs. So just click on this file option, and then you will be brought to where your download has been placed. Now I'm actually going to go back right here to our file, and then I will pull up where my download file is, and then I will actually bring in my downloaded file. So what you can do is locate where your image or illustration has been placed, and then just click, hold, and drag it in this specific Illustrator file. Then you can actually place it right here. Or what you can do is you can go right here on the top menu, and then look for the file option, and then you will look for this place option on this sort of like drop down menu. So look for this menu option and then click on place. Once you click on place, you will be brought to this downloads folder, and then you will click on place. Now file is already open and has an unsaved changes. Do you wish to confirm place operation? Now I'll click no, because I've already placed it right there. So guys, whichever option actually works for you, you can go ahead and use it. So guys, I've actually placed my file right here, and I will be zooming in a little bit. And what I'm actually going to do is to maybe first of all lock my new image, and then I will select everything from the previous file, and then I'll group it. Now what I did was to actually reduce the opacity of this specific first illustration to I actually brought it a little bit down so that it doesn't shout, just like you can see in our example right here. So bring it a little bit down, not so much, and bring it a little bit closer by expanding it. Then what you can do is to unlock the other file, and also make sure that it's a little bit big. And what I did right here was I made sure that they're a list of the same size, kind of a same size, so that I can later on resize them. So as a bunch, just select all of them by actually hovering over all of them, so that you can actually select all of them, or you can actually select one at a time with the shift key down. So guys, I actually took you through all these steps in my video series where I was actually designing a logo. So I was actually teaching you the basics of Adobe Illustrator using a logo. So we're actually creating a logo so that I can show you the different tools and the different ways you can select items. So if you didn't actually go through that video, please check for the link in the description. Now I'll actually scale that a little bit down, and I will place it I think a little bit up right here, and I'll scale it down again, and then I'll actually bring it right there. So guys, we've actually made our first composition, and that is it. So for this other illustration right here, in this example of ours, I actually got it from another sort of like website, and that is our next website. So for the other websites I used, it's called Humans. So they say that they offer you a mixed match illustrations of people with a design library. So this right here, it's a design library for someone. So someone owns this design library, and you can actually edit it. You can actually edit these illustrations using Blush, the platform I actually took you through. So you can edit illustrations from Humans using this platform called Blush. Now that's what we are actually going to do. In this scenario, we're going to actually edit our illustration. We're just going to bring it in the way it is. So guys, what we're going to do in order to actually get our next illustration, which is this lady right here with these backgrounds, what I'm going to do is copy the link to Humans from the description below. So I'm going to actually copy the link. Then head back to your browser and create another tab, and then paste that specific link in your tab, and then hit enter. Now you'll be brought to this website. It's called Humans, and just like I told you, they just have a mixed match illustrations of people. So different people doing different things, just as you can see this specific video. So you can actually edit these individuals to do different things depending on the specific project you are actually working on. So guys, just to remind you, you can also edit these specific illustrations in your browser without actually leaving it. So if you have issues with using Adobe Illustrator, you can actually stick around in this specific browser and edit the specific illustrations. So they do have a variety, just like you can see, but what you can do is you can use it with Blush. Just click on this button, use with Blush, and then you'll be brought to this specific page of Humans by Pablo Stanley. So this is the owner of this specific collection or library. So guys, what I'm going to do is I scrolled down right here while I was creating our example right here. I scrolled down right here and I saw this space, sort of like illustration where this lady was actually, I think, working in space. So it actually interested me, and I thought I would actually use it to indicate the redesign sort of like value proposition that UX Chefs gives you. So what I did in order to actually download it was I clicked on it, then it was opened in another sort of like model, just like how Blush does it. Just click on that specific illustration, then it will be opened up in this model. Now this model actually helps you to view this illustration quite better, so that you can later on edit it just like we did using our previous sort of like website. So they're the same websites, just because people can create different libraries using how illustrations can actually be edited on this website, and then those illustrations can be edited in this specific website called Blush. Now this is our illustration, and how to download it is you just follow the same steps. Just click on this button and then click on this first option. Now our download will actually start, and it's done. What I'll do is I'll open it up right here, and I'll make sure I'm in my specific file. So I'll open my file right here, and then I'll click, hold, and drag that specific file into our Illustrator file. So click, hold, and drag, then just release, and it will actually be brought in right here. So guys, what you should do is just scale a little bit down, so it kind of matches these first illustrations. Scale a little bit down, because as you can see in our example, scale a little bit down, And the other thing you have to do is as you're designing, always scale down your canvas so that you can look at your designs from a specific angle and get to know how they actually look. So that will actually help you to balance things with the eye first before you can go into using lines and rulers. So guys, together maybe the grids. So our next illustration is this gentleman right here standing next to the screen. Now I also got this illustration from a different website, and that is our next website. So guys, our next website is actually called Andro. Andro. I don't know how they got that name, but it's Andro. So what I say is they have open source illustrations for you, for your idea, for any idea you can imagine and create. So what you can do in order to actually get to this website, copy the link to this specific website from the description below. Then after you actually copy that, you can actually go back to your web browser and open another tab and then paste it right there and click enter. Now even on this website, it actually took me some time to actually get something that actually relates to what I'm actually designing for right here, which is this specific value proposition, which is redesigning. So from testing, we redesign. So I also actually had to get illustrations to actually match that specific step. So what I did is, after researching and searching, I actually came up with this specific keywords. Now, in order to search through all these illustrations, as you can see, Andro also has quite a number of illustrations that you can use for different sort of like projects, including infographic projects, illustration projects, graphic design projects, Photoshop projects, plus web design and any other design that actually happens on the screen and involves information communication. So guys, what I did is I came right here on this search option, and then I clicked it, and what I did, it brought me to this search page, and I pasted my search key, which was design. Just design, because in this other step we do have to redesign. So just paste it right there and then click enter. Now I was actually brought to this page, and what I did is I looked through all the illustrations and I finally settled down to this one, which is called modern design. So once you actually find what you want, you can use something else. Everything here I think is actually for free, because I didn't find anywhere where I was saying this is for paying for. But if I know it exists, you can let me know in the comments below. So guys, what I did is actually clicked on modern design, and then what they say is you can download SVG for your projects, or you can download PNG for your blog / social. So what I did is I clicked download SVG for project. I mean, it was actually downloaded, and you can actually open it up right here. Make sure you're actually under our project, then click, hold, and drag it into our Illustrator project, then release, and it will be brought right here. Now, since it's actually a PNG, and this since it's actually an SVG file, this is actually an SVG file, meaning that we can actually edit it. So what I did is, as you can see right here, it's actually a group. It's grouped. So what I did is actually ungrouped it using I held down my shift key plus the command key on a Mac, then I hit G to ungroup. For it to group, we just control G or actually control G on a Windows machine, then command G on a Mac. So I've actually ungrouped it, which is actually the opposite, which is you just add a shift, hold a shift key plus your command, then hit G, and then to be ungrouped. Now what I did, because as you can see in our example right here, this is sort of like of a different color, and I think that's like a reddish color. Then this is actually yellow. So what I did is actually change the colors of these, but before I did that is let's actually scale this a little bit down, because as you can see now, example, it's scaled down a little bit. So I scaled it down, then I brought it down a little bit, just like that. Then here I'm just trying to relate to what we have. So what I did is for this entire group, I think first lock that's specific PNG. We select all of this and then scale it a little bit down and then bring it like that. So what this actually means is, I envision this as this lady actually looking at this screen right here that has been redesigned by this specific individual. So this specific individual actually represents a UX chefs, and this to me is maybe the client of the organization, and maybe a designer from UX chefs now presenting a redesign of the specific website. So I hope you guys are with me. But what I did was I actually clicked on one of these elements and I looked for this specific sort of like background of this specific phone. So you can actually keep on double clicking until you actually enter a specific element, if at all it's grouped together. So what I did was I actually looked for this, which was actually white, and then I made sure that I gave it a different color. So once you enter it, just click I or select I, and then maybe pick this color right here, which is red, and then what you can do is maybe reduce on the opacity or something, but we just need like a reddish color for this specific sort of like design. I think you can see. So what I can do is that I can actually look for a red color. So there we go. Now I think it was actually lighter than this. So just come back right here, look for it, select it, and then find ways of making it a little bit lighter. Now the other thing I actually did was I think I brought this to the front, because I think it was actually below something, that's why we can't actually see it. Now for the opacity, I think it's what is actually preventing us from seeing this. Let's actually bring the opacity back to 100. So I'm actually starting to actually get this to get closer to what I had actually done using these free illustrations. The other thing actually I think I added was the yellow, and I did the same thing. I just copied this yellow from this using the eyedropper. So just select that specific shape, then you can use the eyedropper to copy colors on screen, just like that. Then for these specific sort of like elements, I just use this orange from this sweater of this specific lady. Now guys, I've actually completed this specific composition, as you can see. So this is our second composition, and I'm quite sure it's actually close to what we have right here. Now guys, I'm going to actually scale these. I'm just going to select them, all of them, and scale them a little bit up so that we can have something a little bit big. Then I'll actually relate what I have to what I'm having this side, and I found out that this is actually smaller. I'll actually scale it up a little bit, and then I will make sure that it's actually close to this. Then I'll actually relate to this again, and what is actually left is this illustration for tracking. Now what I did was actually look for an illustration that actually shows someone tracking something, a design, someone tracking something like a design. So what I did is I actually looked for some other illustration not on these previous websites. So guys, that actually brings us to our last website that I'm going to show you that you can use to get editable illustrations that you can use in your next graphic design project, or maybe graphic design, Photoshop, any specific project that requires illustration. You could be having actually a presentation. Some of you work in other industries and you want presentations. These presentations actually look much better with illustrations. So guys, the next website I'm actually going to take you through is called Vecteezy, and this actually is a very popular website. In order to actually get to Vecteezy, just copy the link from the description below and then come back right here in your web browser, open up another tab and then paste it right there and then click enter. So guys, you'll be brought to this wonderful website, and you can actually sign in, log in, or do anything that you want in order to actually get to the free stuff. So what I'm actually going to do is I've actually been logged in right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a keyword that I use to get our last illustration right here, and that keyword is woman analyzes SEO analytics technology. So you can actually get a keyword from the description below in order for you to actually follow along. Now copy that keyword and then paste it right there and click enter or press the enter key. Now you will be brought to this specific website, and what I did is once I got here, I actually started looking around for that specific illustration. Where is it? You guys can actually use something different, something of your choice that you're actually comfortable with. If at all you do not see maybe a specific image, what you should do is make sure you are actually under the free license. Make sure that you're under the free license in order to actually get this free illustration. After you've actually pasted in your specific keyword, make sure that you select free license, and then you will be able to actually get that specific illustration. Click on it and then you will actually be brought to this other view. Now I think you can see this button right here shows that it's actually for free, but you have to actually attribute. So click on that specific button and your download will start, just as you can see. Now it has started right here and it's complete. Now open it up in your browser, and the next thing is to actually unzip it. I'll unzip it and then I will get to the raw file. Now they actually give you a sort of like a JPEG or a JPG, and then they also give you an EPS or something you can actually edit in Adobe Illustrator. Now that is what we're actually interested in, something editable, something that you can actually play around. Now right click it and then you will be presented with this menu that you can use to open up this specific illustration in Adobe Illustrator. Now I will actually open it up in Adobe Illustrator, and then as you can see, now the difference between what we have right here and what we actually want is that let me first actually move these files closer. Is that what we want? I think it's, let me move this. Sometimes moving these files is actually very tricky. But I think you can see the only difference right here is that we don't have a background. And in our raw file right here, there's a background. So what I did was I deleted that background. I was actually able to delete it because this file is actually editable. So the other thing is maybe I actually go through some of these things, like why can't I move? Okay. think try moving it, but it refused. Let me retry moving this. Okay, I've moved it. Yeah. So what else did I actually remove right here? I think that was it. Really? Yeah, I think it was actually the background. I can also delete this other white background. Then I selected everything and then just come back right here and paste it in there. Zoom out a little bit and then bring this illustration right there. So guys, I think you can see we are now moving closer. Let me bring this right here. Okay. We are now actually moving closer to our infographic. We're actually moving closer to achieving this same infographic using free resources, free of charge. All of these are free of charge. Things you have maybe paid for and maybe incurred an extra cost, you'll be getting them for free. Now, guys, and then you can see we are now moving closer. The next thing which I'll actually be getting are the icons, and I'll be taking you through the different websites that you can use to get yourself these illustrations. The different websites you can use to get these free icons. Now, these icons we shall get in our next video. So guys, stick around until the next video where I'll be showing you how to get these specific icons in order to actually continue with redesigning our specific infographic. Then we shall actually get the fonts and then maybe get the image at the end and then add the logo, and that will be it. So guys, thanks for sticking around in this video where I've been taking you through the different websites that you can use to actually get free illustrations that we are going to use in this project. So guys, thanks for watching and sticking around. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel because a lot more is on its way. Thanks guys and stay safe. Bye bye.